Hi students and welcome back to bankexamstudy.com. Today we are starting RBI Grade B course, the 2018 version. So let's start with the exam pattern and how we are going to teach you. So there are three phases. The phase 1, in the phase 1 there are 4 subjects: quantitative aptitude, reasoning, English language and general awareness. It is a 200 marks paper and it is all objective. So there is QT of 30 marks, reasoning 60 marks, English again 30 marks, and GA or general awareness, it's of 80 marks. So total 200 marks, 120 minutes. So if I summarize the exam pattern, the QT part is same as IBPS PO or SBI PO exam. This section is same as the quantitative aptitude section of IBPS PO or SBI PO. The exam level is same, the difficulty level is almost same. You will find the similar data interpretation questions, 10 to 15 data interpretation questions, 2 sets, then quadratic equations, number series, similarly time and work, time and distance, these type of questions in there. So in last year, if we talk about last year and previous 2 years, there were 5 questions from inequalities, 15 questions from data interpretation, then simple and compound interest, time and work, mixtures, profit and loss, these type of questions were there. Out of 30, 10 were DI, and then inequalities, 5 marks were inequalities. Then quadratic equation, series and all those questions, you know, quadratic equations, you can say quadratic equations, series, so this is not a fixed pattern. Maybe next year you won't find quadratic equation, maybe you won't find the inequality, so this can happen. Then there is time and work, time and distance, mixtures, allegation, so these kind of questions are there. The total they are 30 marks. So that's the quantitative aptitude syllabus. So let's talk about the reasoning part. So how to prepare for the quantitative aptitude section? If you have any book for the IBPS PO exam or the SBI PO exam and you have already gone through that book, you don't need any other book. That is the most important part for you. And the whole preparation, according to me, if we are already preparing for IBPS PO or SBI PO, the general awareness section is the only thing where you need to work. This is the only part. In the QT, reasoning and English, this part is same as SBI PO or IBPS PO. General awareness part is somewhat different. We'll talk in depth about the general awareness section within few minutes. So let's talk about the reasoning part. There are 60 questions are asked in that reasoning. So similarly in the reasoning, there will be questions from puzzles. There will be puzzles, data sufficiency, DS. Then you can say there will be problems based on ages, blood relations, all those blood relations, direction sense test. So 4 to 5 marks from these topics, then 4 maybe 0 to 5 to this, 15 to 20 to this, up to 5 to this. Then you may find the machine input output, very easy chapter. Then there will be sylog, again inequalities, syllogism, inequalities, 5 marks each. Then logical reasoning will be there. So that's how 60 marks are made up of. That's all. That's all for this reasoning part. How to prepare for it? I already told you that you don't need a new book. Just follow the basics, right? Not just the basic. If you are already preparing for the SBI PO or IBPS PO exam, you don't need any new book. if you are looking for any book, a good book for the preparation, you are looking for a workbook, go to bankexamstoday.com. You can find quantitative aptitude made easy and reasoning made easy. Perfect book. Team Bank Exams Today had made it in last 2 years. With the rigorous efforts, we made these 2 books. So in the English part, again there will be reading comprehensions, double fillers, closed test. Maybe there will be a closed test, error correction, para jumble. So this is the syllabus for the English. How to prepare for English? Read newspapers. I mean, newspapers is the most important aspect or the most important study material for the English section as well as for the general awareness section. Which newspaper I recommend? I recommend Indian Express. Read Indian Express or the Hindu. So these are the 2 newspapers I personally recommend. I personally read Indian Express, but the Hindu is also good. It is actually better than the Indian Express, but the Hindu is not available at my place. So if the Hindu is available at your place, you can read the Hindu. Otherwise, Indian Express is also good, or you can say the Business Line is also good. The Economic Times is also good. Do not follow Hindustan Times or Times of India. I don't like those newspapers. Those are really commercial newspapers. So that's all for the general awareness English section. For the general awareness section, again, see, there is some difference between the general awareness section of IBPS PO, SBI PO and RBI Grade B. I'm talking about phase 1. In the IBPS PO, there will be questions about current affairs, previous 5 or 6 months current affairs, countries and their capitals, basic banking terms, basic static GK, or these are the basic questions. So if we talk about the IBPS PO exam, there will be questions about awards and honors, history of banking, so list of important days. These are some important topics of GA. So I won't discuss much about that. Let's discuss about the GA of RBI Grade B. You need to read whatever you have got for IBPS PO. If you are reading GK Digest, monthly GK Digest, keep reading it. For RBI Grade B, there are few extra things that you need to do. First one, follow official RBI website, rbi.org. I think that is .in. Maybe that is a URL of the official RBI website. That is out of frame, I think. Follow official RBI website. Just search it. In the top menu, I think in the RBI's website, in the top menu, there is a menu item named as notifications. Just go through that daily. Daily there are 2 or 3 notifications in the RBI website. That is the best source of banking awareness topics, or the financial awareness topic. That is the most important part. Whatever you are doing for IBPS PO, do that, plus follow the RBI website. Just go through the About Us page of SEBI, NABARD, National Housing Bank. Just go through their, go to their websites and just check their About Us page or check their notifications. These are the 2-3 websites that I follow. This is the most important one. Check the NHB, National Housing Bank, or NABARD. Then there is SEBI, IRDA. Just follow their official websites. Follow the RBI's official website every day, and these websites once in a week. That is enough. So this is the most important part for the RBI Grade B preparation. Further, this will help you in that social and economic, that ESI paper, that paper 2 of the phase 2 exam, that is economic and social issues, ESI paper. These things are going to help you in that paper also, right? So this is the step 1. Actually step 2. The step 1 was read the monthly GK Digest. The second one is follow the official websites of RBI, SEBI, IRDA and all those financial organizations. These are the 2 steps. The third step, what I would recommend is read newspapers. This is what everybody recommends, newspapers. I have already recommended for English, but read newspaper every day. This is my recommendation. And what else you can do is we actually prepare notes. We prepare notes for the general awareness and banking awareness section. Download notes, download banking, monthly banking awareness capsule from bank exams today. Okay, from bank exams today. This is the most important part. So these are the four things, the four sources of study material that I recommend for general awareness section, and that's it. Further, if you have an Android phone, install Bank Exams Today's Android application. That will be very useful for you. The Bank Exams Today's official Android application. So let's move on to the phase 2 part. So we will conduct one-to-one live sessions. We'll having a WhatsApp group. We'll add you in our WhatsApp group. So join the course. The link to join the course will be available in the description. So let's move on to the phase 2 part. In the phase 2, there are 3 papers. There are basically 3 papers. The paper 1 is English. Their paper 1 is English. Paper 2 is Economic and Social Issues. What we short name is ESI, and third one is Finance and Management. These are 3 papers. Time allotted is 90 minutes each. 90 minutes each, and 100 marks are allotted to them. 100 marks to each of these papers. So this is the second phase. So let's first of all talk about finance and management. That is my forte. That's what I am going to teach you in the RBI Grade B course. So students, if anybody out of you have already registered for RBI Grade B course last year, we are not going to charge a single penny. You can just drop me an email. I'll add you to the course. No problem at all. So let's talk about finance and management, FM. 60% of the paper will be out of finance and 40% from management. And first of all, we'll talk about this management thing. Very easy. This 40% paper is very easy. Just pick any management book, the Principles of Management book. You can follow the +1 book, +1 business studies book of CBSE or any of the state board, for in which Principles of Management is a part. That will be sufficient for this portion, 40%. Basically, the question will be asked basically from the leadership chapters, that types of leadership strategies, the leadership theories and the motivation, the managerial theories, the history of management, what is scientific management, the communication, the basic topics. First of all, the important topics is, if I talk about the 14 principles of management, then the history and techniques of management, the XY technique and that scientific management, all those techniques, the management models, the BCG model, the Potter model, very important. Then the leadership chapter is very important. Leadership, most of the questions will be asked from leadership chapter, or motivation, motivational theories. Then the communication chapter. So these are the important chapters. These are the very important chapter models are scattered all around that the Principles of Management book. History and techniques, this is mostly the first or the second chapter of the book. So we are going to start with that history of the management, right? And we'll start with the various managerial techniques, management techniques. So we are going to start the classes by Monday, right? So join the classes. So this is the 40% of the part that is from management. If you have the basic Principles of Management book from IGNOU, that is the best thing, right? Or even you can download our simple Principles of Management notes available on bankexamstudy.com and available on RBI Grade B course, so you can download it from there. So let's talk about the 60% finance part. So there will be 15 to 20 numerical questions out of the 60 questions. 15 to 20 questions will be from numericals. Mostly the questions will be asked from financial statement analysis, financial statement analysis, ratio analysis, very important, ratio analysis. I have already done few videos on ratio analysis. Please check the videos from learn.bankexamstudy.com. The link will be available in the description. Please check it. The cash flow statement, fund flow statement, cash flow, or the basic, you can say, bond pricing, you know, the one question from bond pricing, YTM, IRR, NPV, cost of capital, capital structure, and basics of company accounts. So these are few important topics. If we are talking about RBI Grade B FM, these are the few important topics for numericals. Just 15, last year 15 questions were asked from the numericals. So maybe this year 15 to 20 questions will be asked from numerical, and these are some important topics for numericals. So let's talk about the theoretical part, the important part actually. So the whole syllabus, the theoretical syllabus, is divided into 3 parts as per the official RBI notification: the financial system, financial markets, and general topics. In the financial systems, you need to read about the regulators of banks. I already told you that you need to follow the official RBI website. That is the first important thing you need to do. Follow the official RBI website, follow the official SIDBI, Exim, NABARD, NHB. So I'm listing down the various website that you need to follow: the RBI, the SIDBI, Exim, NABARD, National Housing Bank, SEBI, and you can SIDBI is done, Exim. So these are the few important official websites that you need to follow. Just check their about us page. That is the first thing you need to do. Then please check their notifications page. All of them have a notices page. Just once in a week, or you can say twice a week, please check the notices of these important organizations. So this is the most important part for the preparation of this finance and even the ESI paper. Very important. Then just read the basic banking terms and go in depth about those terms, right? Then you need to read about primary and secondary market, the financial market, forex, bonds, equities, various financial instruments, and recent developments in the financial environment, financial industry. So then there are general topics. So the general topics, it is a very wide actually syllabus. If we call it general topics, then all the general financial topics, the risk management, derivatives, banking update, financial inclusion, whatever that is related to money or finance is a part of general topics. So if you are already following any financially mobile app or financial newspaper, that part it will be covered. So management ka I have already covered, and let's talk about ESI, economic and social issues. A lot of students are all very confused about ESI, what to read for ESI paper. So let's talk about what to read about ESI paper, right? क्या पढ़ना क्या चाहिए ESI के पेपर के बारे में? ESI का पेपर, right? So the first thing that you need to follow is current affairs. ये मैं already बता चुका हूँ. The current affairs you need to follow, right? Previous 6 months का current affairs is enough. 6 months का current affairs is enough. So how to read the current affairs, that is the most important. कैसे पढ़ना current affairs को? First of all, just read the newspaper every day, right? You will get the basics, क्या क्या हो रहा है पूरी market में, मतलब read the basic headlines. Then if that particular article is interesting to you or related to banking industry or financial industry, go through it deep में घुस के पढ़ो उसको. Then there is editorial part. You can just read the editorial part also, right? Then if you have already installed the Bank Exams Today application, we are providing the interpretation of the current affairs every day. Just go through it, right? That will be sufficient. The current affairs official websites, I have already told you about the official websites. Follow those official websites, very important. Then the government schemes. The government is launching a lot of schemes and you need to read about those schemes. जैसे कि अभी as of now the Mudra scheme is very popular. You need to read about what is Mudra scheme, how to get the Mudra loan. I mean, who is eligible for it? I mean, who is not eligible? Who is eligible? Tenure क्या होता है? What is a tenure? And then various other policies. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. What is Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana? What is it meant for? All the also read about the state level schemes. It is also very important. Punjab में कौन सा scheme है? Haryana में कौन सा scheme है? हिमाचल में कौन सा scheme है? Maharashtra में कोई scheme आ रहा है? Just read about it. So read about the various government schemes. A lot of good study material is available online. Not even on Bank Exams Today. Brunal.org. We shouldn't talk about our competitors, but it is also a great website. There are many other good websites available online. Actually, stay updated online, as well as if you are reading the newspaper, you will get to know about more and more about the government schemes. So that is also an important part. Then read about the economic survey and budgets. Economic survey बहुत important है. Union budget very important. So whatever the reports published by the government of India or RBI, these are important for the exam. So that's all for the ESI paper we are going to teach. So this part also. So we have a specialist teacher for ESI paper. So stay updated and join our course, the RBI Grade B course. So let's talk about the English. Although I'm not going to teach the English paper, I'm not an English teacher, but last year there were 3 questions. The first one from essay writing, the second one from the reading comprehension, and the third one from precis writing. The essay was on the topics of essay was impact of GST, then the farmer suicide was a topic, then the impact of technology over building smart cities. So these were the simple topics. I'm not going to go in depth about English because I'm not an English teacher. There will be another session on English.